experiments that he hoped might alter our notions of good and evil. How could I have known then that they would also transform his soul and mine as well?
Schizophrenia, catatonia, dementia, criminal insanity. He is lost, Henry. Lost to himself and to the world, will never be able to reach him.
I have tried.
How? Everything's been tried.
The chemical formula.
Magic potions.
Shift the mind.
What you call the mind is what God calls the soul.
He can be changed. So Danvers, we can all be changed.
Lost. Silence surrounds you. Once there was more. Now endless night. If I could reach you, I'd guide you and teach you to walk from this nightmare back into the light. Show me you hear me. Please understand me. I'll keep on fighting. You have to try. I'll never desert you. I'll never stop trying. I promise you this till the day that I die.
Good night, Father. There's a face that we wear in the cold light of day. It's society's mask. It's society's way of concealing what's behind the facade. There's a face that we hide till the nighttime appears, and what's hiding inside, behind all of our fears, is our true self, locked inside the facade. Every day, people in their own sweet way like to add a coat of paint and be what they hate. That's how our little thing is played, giving out a masquerade, acting up its our charade, while playing the stage. But there's one thing I know, and I know it for sure: this disease they've got has got no ready cure, and I'm certain life is terribly hard when your life's on the sword.
Found you, I have found you, cannot tell by looking at the surface what is lurking there beneath it. Mistakes no art prepared to bet you what you see, and what you get is man's a master of deceit. So what is the sinister secret? The lie he will tell you is true.
Each man you meet in the street isn't one man but two. Everyone you see like him and her and you and me pretends to be a pillar of society.
A model of propriety.
Sobriety and piety.
He's never even heard of notoriety.
And ladies and gents here before you, which none of them ever admits, they have shady looks.
But the sinners and crooks.
Give them credit, give them credit. They're rare and good to preach. There are teachers who lie, there are liars who teach.
Take a pick, the ear.
Cause it's all a facade.
Proposition number 909, presented by Dr. Henry Jekyll. Order! The chairman will address the board.
My friends, as governors of St. Jude's Hospital, we are well aware of the ill nature of Dr. Jekyll's research, but our high regard for his work and his reputation demand a proper hearing.
Distinguished Congress, I have glimpsed the future, seen miracles that stun the mind, and marvels only science can find to shape tomorrow for mankind. And I can show them to you, if you wish me to. Friends, you're aware there are two sides to each of us, good and evil, compassion and hate. If we could extract all the evil from each of us, think of a world we could create. A world without anger, or violence, or strife, where man wouldn't kill anymore. A world of compassion, where passion for life would banish the madness of war. I'm close to finding the key to duality, chemical formulae which could and would alter the patterns of man's personality, guiding him either to evil or good, away the potential, the great possibilities. Colleagues, dear friends, understand, we have a chance to make history here in our hand.
Dr. Jekyll, may we dispense with the niceties and proceed with the matter in hand?
Yes, of course, Mr. Stride. Forgive my good manners. In each of us, there are two natures. If this primitive duality of man, good and evil, could be housed in separate identities, life would be relieved of all that is unbearable. It is the curse of mankind that these polar twins should be constantly struggling. If we could separate these two forces, we might control and ultimately eliminate all evil from mankind. My experience have led me to believe that the day is not far off when this separation will be possible. To achieve it, I must be allowed to try my formula on a living human being.
What is your right, Jekyll? And you do manage to separate good from evil. What happens to the evil?
There are broken souls in 1,000 asylums. I defy you to say you don't care if you can. Sometimes in medical science, I can save many lives. If you give me one man,
I tell you now, the church will never sanction it. Dangerous crowd. In legal terms, I'd say extremely unsound. All things unchristian, barbaric, and on. You're playing with fire when you start to play God.
Bishop speaks for all of us when he says you're playing God. There's such a thing as ethics, over which you rhyme a song. You're not another slave, you're Dr. Jekyll for a start. When I judge from your behavior, you can't tell the two apart.
Dear Mr. Stride, I am simply a scientist. I have a code to which I remain true. I don't presume to the stature of moralist. I leave pretension like that, sir, to you.
Henry, I've always encouraged your enterprise, and I've been hopeful that you would succeed. But in the face of these powerful arguments, I see no choice but for you to concede.
I know my fate is yours to choose, but in vain when the world will lose, and I am on the brink of great success. I beg you, governors, you must say yes.
Dr. Jekyll, enough of this ranting stuff. This is our hospital, there to save lives.
Do you think we would let you live? It's all the high principles for which it strives. Do you expect us to compromise, or when we stand
ever I needed further justification for my experiment, gentlemen, you have just provided it. Just look at what has happened here. They sank over the touch of fear. The danger's all too crystal clear. Just look at you. Our darkest night is breaking through. What's burning now in me and you? The evil that all men can do must be controlled. I beg of you. I'll show you all. It can be done. Here's a chance to take charge of our fate. Deep down you must know tomorrow's too late. One rule of life we cannot rearrange. The only thing constant is change. The only thing constant is change.
Distinguished colleagues, your verdict please. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, nay. Sir Danvers. Abstain. By 6 votes to none, with 1 abstention, proposition number 929 is rejected. Thank you for your time. Dr. Jekyll.
They think you're mad. And admit to what they all know to be true. Well, they're hypocrites, John, every one. Hypocrites, yes, but powerful. They can cause you harm if you cross them. How can I continue on when they can block each step I take? Henry, you have come this far. Now think of all you had at stake. John, I know I'm right. I have let those fools misguide me. I'm so weary of this fight. There's so little left inside me. If you know that you are right, then you've got to see it through. You have to see it through. 7 years ago, I started out on this alone, and it's alone I'll see it through to its conclusion. Who are they to judge what I am doing? They know nothing of the endless possibilities I see. It's madness to be bound by their decision. Seems vision is a word they've never heard. If it mattered less, I treat it with derision. It's absurd. And yet, the fact remains. Those bastards hold the reins.
If you live around here, you need cash in the bank, 'cause the houses round here are all flashy and swank. And the front gates, that's what's called a facade.
Every night in one house or another is a fun house. There's someone in a party, as you see, sir.
This one here tonight is rather special, am I right? It's the betrothal of Sir Danvers' daughter, Lisa.
Come, disgraceful display. If he'd been in the army, I'd have given him a good flogging.
He's lucky he lives in modern times. Today's penalties for heresy are not what they should be.
If these are modern times, Your Grace, the penalty for speaking out to help one's fellow man should be the support of society in general and the church in particular.
You agree then with his blasphemies, Mr. Utterson?
I agree with the principle that man's thoughts on God should not be confined to a church pulpit, Your Grace.
I think Jekyll overdoes all this stuff about helping the poor. I've lived in St. James and Oxford all my life, and I hardly ever see any poor people.
I think he's mad, if you must know.
besides, Lisa assures me that Henry Jekyll is impeccable husband material.
Being late for one's own engagement party shows a remarkable lack of style. Comments on style, madam, should never be made by those who have none.
Lisa Carew, can this be you? What kind of man is this you've taken? Can you not see the kind of life that this would be? You are mistaken.
Time to awaken before it's too late, before you forever determine your fate.
But Simon, you knew I had to be free. What I choose to do is decided by me. Ever since my mother died, my father, bless his darling heart, has treated me as though I'm still a young child. Maybe his idea was just to wait until I grew up and then look at me and hope that I'd be her. It's easy to accept that from a father. He'd rather things remained the way they were. But when it comes to marriage, I must him I prefer. I am not the weak young thing you're seeking, Simon. So at 17, I'll be the infant sweet. I am not the protege to waste your time on. I'm complete. In Henry's eyes, I see what I am meant to be.
Henry Jekyll, you're a devil. You have robbed us of London's most lovely girl.
I could turn to drink when I stopped to think.
Lisa's marrying a doctor instead of an earl. Poor girl.
Ah, the late Henry Jekyll.
Danvers, forgive me.
Nothing of the dear boy. I'm thinking of inviting the guests for the day after the wedding, so that you will appear to be on time.
Sir Danvers, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, to the intolerably happy couple. Henry, may all of your research result in discoveries as wonderful as this one. Lisa and Henry.
Lisa and Henry. Lisa and Henry. Lisa and Henry. Lisa and
My dear doctor, while you're off fighting full-time to change the world, I seem to be fighting full-time to save your reputation. I'm getting quite good at it.
Oh, well, maybe you should present my case to the Board of Governors. You can't do any worse than I.
Oh, Henry, you'll win in the end. You always do.
Listen, I must go on with the work I'm committed to. How could I not when my theories are true? And I will prove, if I'm ever permitted to, things are not wrong just because they are new.
Henry, I adore you, always have done, always will do, but I too have dreams. Maybe not as grand as yours, or hard to understand as yours, but nonetheless my dreams. You and I together will be.
Only try to see what I see.
Henry, please believe me, I see everything there is to see.
Then what, by God, am I supposed to do?
When they saw again, I knew there'd be a price to pay. Too late now to turn away. We have come too far. I know we'll find a way.
Sometimes I see the horizon, sure of my way, where I am going. But where's the prize I have my eyes on? There is just no knowing, and when despair tears me in two, who can I turn to but you? You know who I am. Take me as I am.
Look in my eyes. Who do you see there? Someone you know, or just a stranger? If you are wise, you can see me there. Love is the only danger. Love making me, love making you, will make that one dream come true. You know who I am. Take me as I am. These walls always do what we desire. Still we can set the world on fire. Your hand, give me your heart.
Swear to me, we'll never part. This is who take me as Sir Magnus, thank you, sir, for so much. The 6 weeks till the wedding shall be the longest of my life.
I have to tell you, Henry, that your half hour with the Board of Governors this afternoon was the longest of my life.
I'm truly sorry, sir, but I have to stand by what I believe,
Even at the expense of antagonizing the established authority on these matters.
especially they. They are not the established authority, sir. They're the established prejudice.
I want to be proud of you, Henry.
And listen to me, sir.
Good night, my devil.
There are times when it is difficult to tolerate Henry's city. He's got to understand who I am concerned for.
Don't be, you must be concerned for him. That's right.
I am only trying to protect you. What else do you have upon you? I think I would die if any harm should come. I'm scared, my children, what I'm going to lose. I find it very hard to let you go.
You tried to, you could never lose me. Running Papa, I still love you more than you will ever know. What if we want our love to grow?
I know in time I have to let you go. We mustn't be afraid of letting go.
Oh, now, Henry, how can you possibly contend that only an evil man is free?
Because it's true. John, we all have dark impulses within us, you know that. But we follow society's rules. The truly evil mind doesn't, so he's free. As an animal is free to do its exactly as he wants, when he wants, with no restrictions of any kind.
Well, I for one am glad for some sense of order, and I prefer to think that man is basically good. Well, every moral man believes that.
I do not believe it.
Here's a lovely looking pair of gentlemen, I must say. Show's about to start, dearies. Have a drink. Look around. Find something you fancy.
For instance, take this charming creature here.
Oh,
Behold her, John, unfettered, unencumbered, unchained. My dear, are you free?
not free, your lordship. But cheap enough for the likes of you.
Come along, Henry.
John, wish us such an adventure. I think we must remain open to new experiences. And maybe I can find a subject for my experiment. A volunteer.
I expect this place has volunteers for all sorts of experiments.
You got that right, dear. Me name's Kelly. Welcome to the Drex. Silken lace in black and red, drive a man right off his head. It's easy. So many men, so little time. I want them all. Is that a crime? I don't know why they say that I'm too easy. They make me laugh, they make me cry, they make me sick. So God knows why. We say, bring it on, man, let the heart begin. A little touch of sin, my little darling. This way, it's time for us to play. Say we made a mess this weekend, since we still no time anymore. They break your heart, they steal your soul. You are gone, and yet they somehow make it whole. So what's the use? Why don't we just open up the cages, girl, and let the tigers loose? They break your heart, steal your soul, take you apart, and yet they somehow make it whole. So what's the game? I suppose a rose might be of a name. The perfume that my pricks the same. So let's bring on the man and let the party begin. A little touch of sin, a little darling. Step this way, it's time for us to play. They say we made a mess this weekend, so let's waste no more time. Bring on It's not every day your friends and I, as gents like you, just dropping by. Before you go, you'll know just why you came.
But that, my dear, I've little doubt. One only has to look about. It's not too hard to figure out the game here. Yet I sense there's more to you.
You flatter, sir, you really do. If had a chance,
What would you do?
don't ask me. Cheers. Got a name, Brown Eyes?
Henry.
Well, Henry, aren't you going to ask me what I'm doing in a place like this?
Yes, actually,
Actually, I'm in between engagements at the Royal
Actually, I'm looking for someone to help me with an experiment. Someone unafraid to take a chance.
This must be your lucky night. Here's to the night, here's to romance. Those unafraid of taking a chance.
I think I've taken enough for one day, as I have learned to my cost. Chances are something you don't take once you have lost.
Oh, a shame if you only knew the games we could play, the things we could do. Yet I can see you're not up to the chase. But if you're ever in need, I am a girl and this is the place. Come to me.
It's getting late. I have to go. If any time you'll never know, you'll need a friend.
Dr. Henry Jekyll, 46 Harley Street. The spider's here, and he wants to see you now. Lucy, now means now.
Can I be of any help?
There's some things where no one can help. Some fires you have to walk through always. Thanks for this. Don't like it. Fancy Aunt Lucy, do you? Come back. She'll be here.
A little less socializing and a little more soliciting might prove more profitable for us both, Lucy.
You're my best, sir.
No, Lucy. Your best would have resulted in a satisfied customer. I don't give lodgings and a responsible position in any of my houses to girls who sit around hobnobbing and drinking gin. That will cost you 60% of the week's earnings instead of 50, Lucy.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Fortunately, I'm in a good mood tonight. I shall come to you at midnight for my pleasures.
Yes, sir. Dr. Henry Jekyll, 46 Harley Street. Any time, you never know. You need a
Wait, no, John, no. I've made up my mind. I know exactly where I can get a volunteer. The experiment must move forward now.
You're playing for high stakes, Henry. You're gambling your entire career, your reputation, and Lisa's future.
Good evening, sir.
You've a lot to lose, Henry. You must think of the consequences.
If all I thought about were the consequences, I'd never accomplish anything.
And what does that mean?
Some fires you have to walk through by yourself.
You talk to him, fool?
Yes, sir.
I'm going home.
Of course, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Henry.
Good night. And good night to you, sir. No, there is no choice. I must put aside the fears I feel inside. There's no place to hide. So it comes to this, one last final chance, that only I can take, when everything I fought for is at stake. This is the moment. This is the moment. When I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is come into play, is here and now today. This is the moment. This is the time, and the moment in life. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day. See it sparkle and shine, when all I've lived for becomes mine. For all these years I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I made it on my own. Now this is the moment, my final taste. Destiny making, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, day and night. This day or never, I sit forever with my God. When I look back, I will always recall moment for moment. This was the moment, the greatest moment of them
September 13th, 11:56 p.m. I have started this alone, and I must finish it alone. There is no longer a choice. I know that I must use myself as the subject of the experiment.
I must be wise. I must try to analyze each change in me. Everything I see. How will it be? Will I see the world through different eyes? Like a warning light, glimmering in red, a crazy light. bloodshed, shimmering in red, beautiful and strange. See the colors change before my eyes. See they dance in this rock, like diamonds at night, leading me out of the darkness and into the light. p.m. Consumed 10 centimeters of Formula HJ7. Salty, bitter taste. Stings the tongue. Warm in my gullet. Heat spreading strongly through my veins. Slight feeling of euphoria, lightheadedness. No noticeable behavioral differences. Now the die is cast. Nothing left to do. Time alone can prove my theory is true. Show the world. My God, what's this? Something is happening. I can't explain. Something inside me, a breathtaking pain, devours, consumes me, that drives me insane. No! Suddenly, uncontrolled, something is taking hold. Suddenly, agony, killing me! Suddenly, out of breath! What is this? Is this death? Suddenly, look at me! Who is this creature that I see?
Midnight. Unexpected development.
This feeling of power and drive I've never known.
I feel alive.
And it's this feeling of power drive.
If I can know why I'm alive.
And the night is a secret.
Sinister, dark, and unknown. I do not know what I seek.
Yet I'll seek it alone. I have a thirst that cannot be deprived.
I am so alive.
There is no battle I couldn't survive. Feeling like this feeling.
Alive! Like a moon and an enigma. Lost alone in the night.
Damned by some heavenly stigma, but blazing with light. It's the feeling of being alive. Feeling that truly alive. It's a truth that cannot be denied. It's the feeling of Champagne! Champagne!
Excuse me. You are in my way.
I said, you are in my way!
All right, hey, take it easy.
We don't want no one to get hurt now, do we?
Allow me to reach my lady friend there.
And no one will. Here, listen, Nellie. The gentleman says he's a friend of yours. What do you say?
Since when?
Since I paid 50 guineas for the company of your lovely friend. There.
He's a friend. Lucy, take out Champagne Charlie here. Know what they say about a fool and his money.
Oh, it's the man who won't pay any price for what he wants, who's a fool. And besides, you look like you could use a good friend.
I know you, don't I?
After tonight, my little love, you will never forget me. I am destined to be your guardian angel, your guide to salvation in this world of madness.
So what's your name then, sweetheart?
Hyde. Edward Hyde. A toast to the night. A toast to romance. To those unafraid of taking a chance.
I must admit that I like your approach. It's one that I've not seen before.
Why should you settle for less, dear, when there's more? I'm the man fate has decreed. Destined to be all that you need. I can give you everything you desire. You simply follow my lead.
Sounds like a nice bit of business. Yes, indeed.
I am the man! Mark my words well!
With whom you'll share heaven or hell.
Heaven, I fancy, has no place for me, and I can find hell on my own.
Like it or not, you will never be alone. After tonight, you will be alone.
Stop it, you're hurting me.
Find what you're selling and you'll do as I say!
Wrong, sweetheart. It's my way or not at all.
You see, it's 50 guineas.
It's no.
All right, friend. You wanted the lady. She's not in the mood. No one touches Hyde. Fills my whole soul with its curse. Burn, primitive fire, berserk and burst. Tonight, I'll
won't see me. It's been nearly 2 weeks now, John, I'm worried.
I am too, Lisa, but you know Henry.
John said I'm worried.
I know. I'll speak to Fool.
Mr. Anderson, as you know, I am completely devoted to Dr. Jekyll, and I do not wish to judge him uncharitably. But there are extraordinary circumstances I feel I must make you aware of. Dr. Jekyll has been locked in his laboratory day and night for over a week now. He instructed me not to disturb him for any reason, and to leave all of his meals outside the door.
You have not seen or spoken to him at all during this time?
No, sir. Not once.
Fool, it's all right. You'd hardly be disloyal in telling me.
Yes, sir. Last night I brought him his tray as usual, and I noticed yesterday's meal was still untouched. And from inside I heard these noises. The strangest noises, and a voice I did not recognize. I heard him or it, or whatever it was behind that door, weeping like an animal, like a lost soul, crying out night and day for some sort of medicine. Paul!
Paul, I want you to go to the apothecary immediately and get me his calamus.
Henry, what in the devil's name has happened to you? You look like the wrath of God. This is not the man I knew. There's something deeply troubling you. How long do you plan to hide away here? This increasing isolation only adds to your frustration, and it could endanger your career.
John, I don't need you to turn on me as well. More than ever now, I need a friend. Can't you see and don't you know I've been through hell? Don't condemn what you don't comprehend.
Henry, I'm not questioning your motives here. But is what you are seeking worth the price? You turned your back on everything you once held dear. You're choosing to ignore your friend's advice. You have your work and nothing more. You are possessed. What is your demon? You've never been this way before. You've lost the fire you built your dream on. There's something strange, there's something wrong. I see a change, it's like when love dies. I who have known you for so long, I see the pain in your eyes. There was a life and no one lived the way that you did. You had a plan, you chose a wife. You saw your world as very few did. You had it all, the overall. You seem to know just what to live for. But now it seems you don't at all. You have your word, nothing more.
Father, you know Henry won't just walk away. The only way he knows is straight ahead.
Lisa, you've not heard a single word I've said. My fear is easing over his head. He could lose control, and that I dread. There has been talk. They say he's gone too far. He's locked himself away in his own world, pursuing this insanity.
It is his work.
It's more than work. He is obsessed. The man is driven.
Just give him time, I ask no more. His books are crying to be forgiven.
There's something strange, unless I'm blind. I see a change, a hopeless archive.
Not at all, don't be unkind. The problem's all in your mind.
As his work, that's all. He's obsessed. The man is gone.
Just give him time, I ask no more.
Strange, unless I'm blind.
how she came to have your visiting card, sir.
I see.
I'm the one you and your friend met that night.
What brings you here?
You said if I ever needed a friend. Sure, isn't it? And this one, he enjoyed himself doing it too. Things like this happen where I come from, which you don't expect from a gentleman.
What sort of monster would do such a thing?
Hyde, he called himself. Edward Hyde.
Why come to me?
Give me a card. I never had someone like you be nice to me before.
Why didn't you go to the police?
Don't understand, son. But they made a gent who's gonna listen to me. He'd kill me if I had a mind to. He ain't human. He's a beast. I'm afraid of what he might do if I find out. He's not like you. You make me feel like a lady.
You are. You most extraordinary lady.
It's a memory I know time will never be. I peer through windows, watch life go by. Dream of tomorrow, I wonder why the past is cold and green, keeping life at bay. I wander lost in yesterday, wanting to fly, but scared to try.
conspiring to arrange these little rendezvous for us, my dear. It makes such a pleasant change from my charity work.
Long as you have a good time, Your Grace, that's all that matters to me. I don't do it for charity.
It warms my heart to see that romance still blossoms in the sewers of London. If it isn't the Romeo of the cloth and the Juliet of the gutter, truly pretty fair.
How dare you speak to me like that, sir?
How dare I, sir? How dare you, sir?
Do you know who I am?
Oh, yes. I know exactly who you are. You are Basil, the 14th Bishop of Basingstoke. You are on the Board of Governors of St. Jude's Hospital. Hypocrite! 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 He died in a London slum, a slave to martyrdom. He died without complaint. He should be made a saint.
He's gone back home to God. It all seems slightly odd. Why should it be? His history. It's a
old General Glossop. Dead! Last week the bishop got kicked, the bloke that done it got kicked. This fellow must be on his head.
Let's do it the last 4 days. This killer has fancy ways.
To kill outside St. Paul's requires a lot of balls.
He is the upper class.
He must be on his ass.
When will you have the others?
More like, sir. What more? It's none of your very business what they're for, Mr. Dawson. I'm sorry, sir. It's just that you don't seem to be quite yourself, Captain Jenkins.
I've been better, Vincent. I've been better.
Captain Francis Killer on the loose.
Keep away from me. God, I can't stay inside of this.
Get away, the police on the explain his verbal baby.
They must go out and name it. They must train and train it now.
If it isn't faith, hope, and chastity.
Be on your way, man. Off with you. Damn insolence! Have you arrested?
The only thing arrested you, sir, is your intelligence. Hypocrite! Now let's have a closer look at you, you despicable drunken hag. As I'm sure in your will, you've left everything to yourself to be sent on to you in Hades. I'll donate this in your memory to charity. Hypocrite! A little gift for you from the late Lady Beaconsfield.
Read about the worst two murders. Much worse than the first two murders. That makes it murders 3 and 4.
They murdered two of the sea. My hair's nearly missing, and Pearl, though she is no more.
That's one of the last 8 days. Each one is greatest praise.
This time I was in Court Lane, reading the work again.
Until the killer's found, the stakes are all around. What can we do? We wish we knew. What's this one done? Can be London. Is it London? Bloody murder in the north. I tried to save them, Dan, as I did, but I was lucky to escape with mine.
My dear Hermit, I don't doubt that you conducted yourself throughout in a manner befitting an English gentleman.
Oh, I did, absolutely, throughout. But I couldn't save them.
Those are decisions for God to make, Hermit, not you. But you and God know that you tried. Well, get some sleep. Good night. Bad news from God, Herbert. The trouble with you, Herbert, is you're a hypocrite.
As we saw some men that could be hard, and crazy, toss their else up, think it's on the yard.
Through it!
Help us if we let it.
Never don't be getting, I know it, and that's him. Ow!
No matter who they make it to, what's his name in do? There's gonna be one letting go. On a doorstep,
October 7th, after midnight. I am dangerous. More dangerous than any wild animal stalking its prey.
Who let you in here?
Henry, you scared me for a moment. I thought you just didn't sound like you.
How long have you been here? How long?
Only these few minutes, and I saw the door was open. I thought you might be here too.
How dare you look into my journal? What did you see? What did you see?
Henry, pull yourself together. It's Lisa that you're screaming at. I can't remember what I saw.
Please forgive me. These experiments are taking me to places even I don't understand. I can't explain them to myself, let alone to you. I need to be left alone to finish what I've started.
I knew there'd be a prize. Once upon a dream, I was lost in love's embrace. There I found a perfect place. Once upon a dream, once there was a time like no other time before. Hope was still an open door. Once upon a dream, and I was unafraid. The dream was so exciting, but now I see it fade, and I am here alone. Once upon a dream, you were heaven sent to me. Was it never meant to be? Are you just a dream? Could we begin once upon a
I beg you, don't abandon me now. I just need some time. I do love you.
I'll wait and pray for you.
October 7th, 4 a.m. The experiment is out of control. The transformations are starting to recur of their own accord. I have radically altered the balance of the formula to contain and overcome the powerful and darker forces at work inside me. I know well that I risk death.
Henry! It's John! Henry, what is the meaning of this letter? Who is Edward Hyde? Why would you want to leave everything to someone I've never even heard of? He is to have full control of these assets immediately upon my death, or indeed my unexplained absence of longer than 3 months. Are you out of your mind?
Hyde is a colleague closely involved in my research. If anything should happen to me, he must have the wherewithal to carry on my work. You have to trust me, John.
I do trust you. With my life.
And you'll do as I ask.
Henry, it's not that simple. As your lawyer, I insist on knowing more. Does this man Hyde have some hold on you? Tell me what the problem is. We can work it out together.
This time, John, I beg you, in the name of friendship, just do as I ask and do not question anything.
All right, Henry. I don't like it. But if that's your wish, I'll revise the will.
John, Mr. The apothecary is preparing some hot chemicals for me. He is delivering them to you. When you receive them, I need you to bring them here. I cannot leave this place.
I'll see to it. What is this doing here? Your father's old revolver? It's loaded, Henry. Why?
To protect myself from the killer.
Of course, you're right, Henry. But do be careful.
I am aware of my peril, and the need to control Hyde's evil influence, which disappears within me like a stain of wrath upon a mirror. I am his perfect hiding place. I know how Hyde fears my power to cut him off by suicide, and yet I find it in my heart to pity him. So wonderful is his love of life.
So wonderful is his love.
What streak of madness lies inside of me? What is the truth my fears conceal? What evil force makes Edward Hyde of me? What darker side of me does this reveal? What is this strange obsession that's tearing me apart? Some strange, deranged expression of what's in my heart. Am I the man that I appear to be? Or am I someone I don't know? Some monster drawing me near to me, becoming clear to see what I fear to be so.
I sit and watch the rain, and you see my tears run down the window pane. I sit and watch the sky
I know who you are, my dear.
I thought it was someone else.
Oh. For a moment, it almost was. I have some rather sad news. I have to go away for a little while. That pleases you, doesn't it?
Santa?
Oh, you're lying. I can always tell when you're lying.
Where are you going?
A place where no one will find me. But I could never leave, you see, without saying goodbye to you first. Unreal that you want to be true.
Strange romance, out of a mystery tale.
The frightened princess doesn't know what to do. Does she just run away? Does she risk it and stay? Either way, there's no way to win.
All I know is the most, and I'm counting the cost. My emotions are in a spin, but no one's to blame.
It's kind of a shame.
It's true all the same.
Dangerous.
Speaks not one word.
Dr. Jekyll is not available.
Who the devil are you?
There's no point in waiting, Mr. Utterson. Dr. Jekyll is unlikely to return.
It's of the utmost urgency that I deliver these chemicals to him personally.
Leave the chemicals and go!
I'm not leaving until I know precisely where he is.
If I told you, I am quite certain you would not believe me.
But you will tell me where he is, Mr. Hyde? Yes. I know who you must be. What have you done with Henry Jekyll?
What have I done with Jekyll? You wish to see him? Very well. So you shall. Let what you're about to do witness be on your own account.
You must save yourself before this thing kills you.
There's no time. John, there's no time. You must tell me what's most urgent, Terry. John, I want you to deliver this for me.
Miss Lucy Harris, the dregs Camden Town? Henry, this is that awful place. That night, that girl's right.
It's a debt I owe, a private affair. Tell her she must leave London, and tonight. John, there's more than one life at stake here. It is Hyde. I cannot say I. John, I fear what he might do to the girl. Go now, please. With these chemicals you brought me, I promise I can find an antidote that will destroy Edward Hyde forever.
God help you, Henry. God help us all.
Now I have to get back to the place where my journey started. Find the course I charted when I first departed. Somehow I have to hang on to the vision that first inspired me. To the hope that fired me. One of love that admired me. Find my way back to the higher ground. And see the view I knew before. I'll search the world until the answer's found, and then success will pound upon my door. I have to build all the dreams that the winds have scattered, from my fate has shattered, on a tree one gathered. I have to go on, the evil has been defeated, till my work's completed. I will not be cheated. God, you must
Henry Jekyll asked me to give you this.
What is it?
He told me to tell you to leave this place. Leave London. Tonight, if you can. He said he owes you a debt.
He was the only one who didn't treat me like a whore.
What has passed between you, I neither know nor need to know. But I implore you to do as he says.
Why didn't he come himself?
He's offering you a chance that few people have. He is trying to help you.
Why should he care about the likes of me?
Some people are worth helping, no matter what.
Where am I supposed to go?
Far from here. Begin again in some new place. Good luck. Miss Harris.
What I would give to have a one thing I have learned as I go through life. Nothing is for free alone. New stars, that's the thing I need to give me new heart. Have a chance in life to find a new part. Just a simple role that I a new hope, something to convince me to renew.
what everyone wants. Compassion, companionship, honesty. Isn't there something you would like to tell me?
Sir, I don't understand.
Wouldn't you like to tell me about your High Street, Dr. Jekyll?
Dr. Jekyll, do you know him?
Of course I know him. As well as I know myself. We are very old friends, you and I. Very close to one another. We share all of each other's secrets. Don't you think you should show it to me?
I don't know what you're talking
Show it to me! Now! What is it you find in him that you can't find in me?
He was kind to me, that's...
He's not very nice, you know! He's a very weak man. Undependable. Your friendship with him has hurt me very deeply. So now I'm going to hurt you.
Please don't.
Sympathy, tenderness, soft as the summer of honey, their embrace. It's over now. I know inside. No one must ever know the sorry tale of Edward Hyde and those who died. No one must ever know. Am I a good man? Am I a madman? There's such a fine line between a good man and
I would never let you go. Do you think I ever set you free? If you do, I'm sad to say it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me.
all that you are is a face in the mirror. I close my eyes and you disappear.
I'm what you face when you face in the mirror. As long as you live, I will still be here.
All that you are is the end of a nightmare. All that you are is a dying scream. After tonight, I shall end this demon dream.
This is not a dream, my friend, and it will never end. This one is a nightmare that goes on. I'm here to stay, no matter what you may pretend. And will flourish long after you're gone.
You will die, and my memory will hide you. You cannot choose but to lose control.
You can't control me, I live deep inside you. Each day you'll feel me for power your soul.
I don't need you just alive as you need me. I'll become whole as you dance with death. And I'll rejoice as you breathe your final breath. You see it? Oh, but now it's time to die.
No, not I.
If I die, you die too.
Don't die in me. I'll free you.
Can you hide in me?
Can't you see? You are me.
Deep inside.
I am pure. You are mine.
No.
Yes. Forever!
How dare you hide? Take on your evil deeds and rot in hell!
I'll see you there, Shadow.
There's a beast at the door, and he's wild and free.
But we don't blame him 'cause we don't want to see.
What is lurking right behind the facade?
He had walked to the very gates of hell and seen what lay beyond. The way back, if there was one, would be littered with the corpses of his shattered dream and engulfed by flames that might yet consume him. Yet back from the dead he came, to the sound of wedding bells.
My friends, my dear, dear friends, today is the second happiest day of my life, second only to the day that I married Lisa's father. May nothing happen today or ever to diminish the great happiness we feel for them, Lisa and Henry.
Henry Jekyll, you're a devil. You have robbed us of London's most lovely girl.
Being Jekyll's wife, what a glamorous life. All those evenings alone while he works in the lab. Out drab.
Well, Henry. What is it?
Don't make a fuss. It's a terrible pain. Tuck it in, pull it out, I need to breathe. Oh God, what now? Oh God, not now. Help me somehow, please. Take the pain away. Will it kill me? This will kill me. Please, God, help me somehow to fight, I pray. Oh God, help me. Oh God, have mercy. Oh, have mercy. No, 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 let him day. John.
Only hide! Enough! Enough indeed. End of game. All those opposed. Nay. Please say that they marry her!
Henry, stay back! Don't go near her! Stop. I beg you. Stop now.
Do it, John. For God's sake, set me free.
Forgive me.
Lisa.
I want to sleep in my tormented life.